I was questioned for about 90 minutes by the two Austin drug identification experts. Again, I was open and as honest as possible, and this is after I'd already provided a breath test and a blood test. I was completely honest about any sort of drug, alcohol history I had.
So when do they wake people up and not wake people up?
Anytime that somebody's arrested for DWI and the officer on the street suspects that the impairment is caused by something other than alcohol, a drug recognition expert has to come in and talk to the person.
I'm willing to give a urine sample right now.
Well, we don't collect urine, so all we do is blood.
Oh, so you can detect everything in the urine as the blood, so.
Right, we use the blood because we don't collect urine. We don't test urine.
But the blood's more reliable.
So I have no idea. Like I said, we've never I've been here 9 years and we have never dealt with urine, so.
Yeah. And every place is different. Some departments may use it, but we just use blood.
Okay.
Okay, so my job, I've taken quite a bit of classes, okay? There's a lot of stuff that when you take something, your body reacts to it in certain ways. And there is absolutely nothing you can do to control those things. It's kind of like your heart beating,
Yeah.
okay? It's not something you can say, start, stop, things like that. It's something that's doing it on its own. So when you take something into your body, sometimes it will affect you, and so we can see things that you don't even know that are going on, okay? So when was the last time you have used any cocaine, meth, anything along those lines?
Bogota is at 8,000 feet. Denver is at 5,000 feet. I got altitude sickness. Maybe about, last week. So I flew from Panama to Bogota on Sunday, the week before. I had headaches, and basically I had 2 cups of coca tea on probably Wednesday. But from my understanding, that stuff is just so weak that it's out of your system in a couple days.
Yes, and what I'm seeing is not going to be from something that long ago, okay?
Okay.
So.
When was the last time you smoked marijuana?
Last time I had marijuana in my system was probably 5 years ago, and that was a brownie. And that was in Amsterdam 5 years ago. The blood tests are going to show absolutely nothing.
Well, you said twice tonight that the blood tests are going to show virtually nothing.
Because of the cider.
Well, we already know that the cider is not in your system, because when you provided the breath test to Officer Johnson, it showed 0 alcohol in your system. So,
then what was
we
he
know.
saying to me that, I'm just saying, I'm a little,
Your body is telling us that there's something in your body, in your system. Your body's telling us there's some, probably marijuana in your system, and or some sort of stimulant like cocaine or methamphetamine.
okay.
And it's also telling us that there's some sort of depressant in your system, like the clonazepam that you said that you took a week ago.
Or
No, I took it, Sunday, Monday. I took a night flight from Bogota.
Have you taken anything else, like Xanax or
No.
anything else in
No.
the meantime?
No.
You haven't taken any other kind of pills or anything?
Maybe a Tylenol PM 2 nights ago.
Okay.
It was an Advil PM. Tylenol PM, one of the 2.
Okay. Because like you're saying, your body shows us different things, okay? And it's screaming right now that
Okay.
you are on certain things.
Well, the blood test is probably gonna, better than, the chemical test is better than the human test.
Did you ever used to use in the past?
Use what?
Any cocaine?
I used,
anything?
we get my whole drug history. Maybe when I was 18, I put cocaine on my teeth. That's the only time I've had any cocaine. I took the coca leaf tea, which they told me that stuff is extremely weak, helps you get over altitude sickness. That was on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. I only had like 2 or 3 cups. I'm not a tea drinker. I've only smoked marijuana socially. I did it maybe when I was 19 or 20, just like year and a half in college. I got one incident where a friend was smoking in his dorm room. Police came to the dorm room. They he locked the door. Police couldn't get the thing, and basically the next day he wanted to hide the pipe in my trunk. I stuck the pipe in my trunk. A couple weeks later, I was pulled over about 12 at night. I had nothing in my system, no alcohol, no drugs. Police light came on. They told me to get out of the car. I found myself surrounded by 4 police cars, okay? I had nothing in my system. I was never charged with any intoxication. I was kept out in the cold with not much, something like this up in Lubbock from like 12 to 4 in the morning, where I was hassled by about 5 police officers. They finally told me that, the drug dogs always find something. I've never had incidents, where the drug dog does not find anything and the drug dog doesn't find anything. This is when I was 19 years old. I'm 27 now. I was charged with drug paraphernalia. The one time I was charged with that. I've never been, big smoker or stuff like that. I've been to Holland a few times. I've taken only the brownies.
I'm going to cut you off real quick. You did say, you made a comment about being ADHD. Do you take anything to cope with that?
No.
No?
No.
Do you smoke marijuana to help you be able to
I've not smoked marijuana in years.
In years?
In years.
Okay.
Maybe 5 years ago I smoked marijuana.
Okay. Well, like I said, your body is telling me a lot of different things, and in my opinion, from all my classes I've taken, you are intoxicated, and you were intoxicated at the time of the stop. So the officer did make a good choice.
Can you explain, what's making
Being intoxicated is not just alcohol. It's also whatever other substance.
No, I agree with that, but it's like, you can arrest me for being, sleepy, drowsy driving, but I'm obviously, awake right now. I got out of bed at 1 in the afternoon.
Oh, you're very awake.
I'm very awake. So what happens when if we're under oath, stuff like that, what happens when the blood test shows, Tylenol, Advil PM in my system, and Klonopin from 5 days ago?
Then that's something that the courts will have to do, and the courts will take that into consideration and decide whether or not they're gonna dismiss the charges.
That's not for us, that's not us at that point.
What are the signs that are screaming intoxication, and what type of intoxication is screaming?
Your eyes are extremely dilated for normal light, which means they're very big right now. That's a big sign,
Okay.
okay?
So shouldn't they be reddish? Shouldn't they be like bright reddish?
They're a little red from the marijuana, okay?
Okay.
Your eyes are doing a lot of different things and showing me a lot of different things that scream different types of
Okay,
drugs.
I've not smoked marijuana in 5 years.
Okay.
I'm smart enough to know that the blood tests are not gonna, I've had one cider, so I'm not gonna say anything, intoxicate, The blood tests are gonna show absolutely nothing in my system. Maybe I just have an eye problem, because, people talking about my eyes being dilated. If I have some eye problem, maybe there's some, I don't know. I went to the eye doctor on Monday, because I lost my glasses in Costa Rica, in a river. I didn't have my glasses for 2 weeks. I got my glasses on Monday. I sort of find this, do you understand what I say with the cones and the police? If you look at Officer Wynn's car, he's going to be backing out, of the street, perpendicular to me, and it's going to look like he's letting me in, okay? I did all the tests with Officer Johnson in good faith. On the video, it's going to show me, play stuff like that. I've been around people that smoke marijuana, and it's similar to being intoxicated, with alcohol. This is the problem, Colorado, Washington, there's not a good test for the drugs. And I'm saying that I should be, slurring my speech. I haven't smoked in 5 years, at least.
All right.
So, here's the thing. Like we told you before, our job is to determine whether or not Officer Johnson made a good arrest, okay, ultimately. And at this point, we feel that he did.
And it's only because of my eyes.
No.
It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things, that we're not gonna go into every single one of them here, but, I mean, like you keep saying, the blood test is gonna show what the blood test is gonna show. We think the blood test is gonna show that you have intoxicants in your system. If it comes back and it doesn't show that you have intoxicants in your system, then that's up to the courts to decide what they're gonna do with the charge. But right now, you are gonna be booked into jail for driving while intoxicated.
Okay? So go ahead and stand up, we're gonna get you to go back out here, okay? Come.
So what's the process next?
You'll be booked in, fingerprinted, photographed.
Can I use the bathroom again?
Yes, you can. You can use the restroom as much as you like. You'll be able to make some phone calls. You'll go before the judge. The judge will set your bond. Once the judge sets your bond, then you can bond out of jail and be released.
And I'll take you over there and I'll show you where everything is and we'll get you going in that track, okay?
Mr. Johnson?
Sure. I said the blood test gonna be negative, but they say I'm high. Again, I was not high on anything. I was being completely cooperative and polite this entire time. I was completely shocked. I spent a couple hours in the holding area talking to various people, and I could see that no one else was being nearly as cooperative as myself. I was providing any sort of medical evidence that was asked of me. And when I was sort of pressured to make an oral confession, this is 2014, valuing the oral confessions over the medical evidence, I was completely shocked and disgusted. A lot of people go to jail for a long time because they're sort of pressured into these false confessions. And the fact that this is happening in Austin, Texas, I found sort of outrageous. Again, after being questioned for 90 minutes, willing to perform any sort of medical test, and being pressured for an oral confession, I really had no real answers, until after I filed the lawsuit. After that, I was given the full arrest report, where the drug identification experts claimed I was high on stimulants, depressants, and marijuana. These are the drug experts in Austin, Texas. I think the two drug identification experts in this case are either completely incompetent or corrupt for covering for bad police officers.